Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another episode. Today we're going to talk about RLC and the 4 reasons why I don't think you should pick them up anymore. Maybe you don't even know who they are actually, so maybe we should talk about that first. RLC is the Red Line Club website, which is a Hot Wheels website where you can become a member, and every Tuesday, for us it's at 12 o'clock, but around the world obviously 12 o'clock is a different time. But every Tuesday they release a vehicle. Not every Tuesday, sorry, whenever they decide, but it's on a Tuesday. They release a particular vehicle, and then you can purchase them. Sometimes they're limited, sometimes they're not, but when they are limited, it is relatively difficult to get, especially if it's a hot item. But we're not going to even get into how difficult it is to get, okay? Today I'm going to give you guys just 4 reasons why I don't like them anymore. I still pick up some just because, you know, I'm a content creator, and some of the castings I really like because of the model, and I feel like a sucker afterwards. So I'm gonna let you guys know the 4 reasons, okay? So we have comparable premium products here, one from Poprace and one from AutoWorld. I am a Poprace fan, so I didn't want to be biased in this comparison. So I do have an AutoWorld here, okay, so that we can, you know, compare a few brands to the RLC releases that are here. Now we got 2 different cars here. We got 2 Toyota Supras and 2 RX-7s. The Poprace RX-7 has the RE MME body kit on it, so it is a little bit different, but we're not going to compare what it actually looks like, which is not in that sense. We're going to compare everything else basically. So first we're going to start talking about cost, okay? To get an RLC, like I said, you need to get the membership, which is $10, and then each one of these cars shipped to my house is about $55 to $60 shipped to my house, okay? AutoWorld, this particular Supra right here, is not sold in Canada. AutoWorld is not sold in Canada at all. So for me to pick something up like this, the easiest way would be just to go to a local show, and I could probably pick this up for $15 to $20. If it had to be shipped, like if I bought it from an American retailer website and then I had it shipped to me, probably about $25, I would say, okay? The Poprace is going to be about $25. Now this particular one's a little bit more expensive because it was kind of like an event model, but you can get this particular casting exactly like this, just in a regular color, for about $25, okay? So comparing these two, $25 to $55 to $60, they're about twice as much. Now, is there twice as much value? Well, I'm going to show you guys, and you guys can be the judge of that. Comment down below if you guys agree or you guys disagree, and the reasons why, okay? So that's the cost out of the way. Obviously, these are going to be more expensive than these guys. Now we're going to talk about the biggest feature on these things. Well, actually, first we're going to talk about what is RLC's, main recipe, which is the Spectraflame paint. Now, some people are fans, some people don't care. Personally, I'm like a 50-50 on that. I don't mind the Spectraflame paint. I think it looks really nice, but I'm also a person who likes the car to be the actual color it is. So, you know, let me know if you guys feel the same way, or if you guys like the shiny paint and it doesn't matter because, you know, it's just a 1x64 model. You guys let me know down below. All right, so that out of the way, let's compare. The hood, opening parts, okay? That's probably the biggest feature here on these 4 models, okay? Now a couple problems with the engine bay for RLC. So you guys can see. Now, to a person who doesn't really collect anything else besides RLC, you guys might think this is perfectly fine. You know, the RX-7 is a little bit easier to see. All right, so you guys might think it's perfectly fine, but the problem for me is, this is the example that I always use. It looks like a melted marshmallow with food coloring, just because it's just, there's no dimension to it. It just looks sloppy. Nothing looks crisp in there. compared to, we'll compare these two. So you can see the engine bays are really different. This Poprace is definitely more accurate to real life. We can even zoom in a little bit so you guys can have a better look. So, you know, let me know which one you guys think is better. You know, you gotta be, I don't want to insult anybody, but you gotta be pretty dumb to think that this RLC is doing it right versus this Poprace. We'll compare the Supras. This hood doesn't open too far, but you guys can see my light's over on the left here, so it's a little bit easier to see it when I'm holding the hood facing to the left. But you can see it's not as nice as the Poprace, but given this, the retail is like half the price of the Poprace as well. But it's not sold in Canada, so it's a little bit more expensive for me. But you can see it's still like three-dimensional. You can see the parts and stuff like that. Where Hot Wheels, it just looks blobby, messy. You know, it just doesn't look like a really good thing. And Hot Wheels, you know, they obviously make kid toys, and I can understand when you know, they don't want kids to be breaking off little parts and swallowing them and choking to death. But these are for adult collectors, okay? There's really no excuse, especially for the price point and the fact that this is for adult collectors, that they need to make engine bays like this, okay? That is just, I don't know if it's laziness or if they just don't care or if they think they can just get away with it. You guys let me know what you think about that. All right, so moving on, we're gonna talk about gaps. And what I mean about that is not how fast they go, but the actual gaps in between the hood and the actual body itself. So you can see here, the gaps are very, you can tell it's an opening part. You can really tell it's an opening part. We'll have a look at this guy too as well. This one's not too bad, but you can still tell, like especially here, that it's an opening part, which is crazy. But we'll check out the AutoWorld. The AutoWorld, a lot more crisp. A little bit of a paint issue there, but and we're gonna look at the Poprace. Look at that, beautiful gaps. The carbon hood looks cool. Carbon pattern looks amazing too as well. But yeah, the hood gap is very small compared to. Oh yeah, and we'll talk about some other stuff, but I'm just gonna hold this down. But yeah, it's you can see the gap on this one is quite large versus this. Now some people might be like, well, you're being a little bit picky, you know? But hey, we're paying a lot of money for this stuff. You know, it's not like a $1 or $2 mainline that, or even a premium, you know, like a $7 premium at Walmart, you know. All right, so next up, we're gonna talk about the fact that the Hot Wheels models, not all of them, but most of them, have missing parts, like no side mirrors. Okay, which is crazy. At first, you don't really notice if you really didn't look at it, the fact that it doesn't have side mirrors. But once you see, you know, like something like this where it does have side mirrors, this just looks kind of strange. It's like you not having any ears. You know, it just looks strange. There's not really much more to say than that. Like, why aren't these things, these modern castings, being cast with side mirrors? I don't think it's going to cost them that much more, and even if they did, they charge a lot more, so they should be putting those in there. And the last thing, now some people might not even care about this because it's a 1x64 model, but for me, I do, just again because of the price point. It's the headlights and the tail lights, okay, on these things. Now, RLC doesn't do a bad job with that, but they use tampling or stickers or whatever the case is. So you can see, it's just a sticker versus where they actually use lens or plastic, so it looks a lot more realistic. You can see it looks quite a bit more realistic. Even AutoWorld. Now AutoWorld doesn't do this all the time, but in this particular one they did. The back is just tampling, but again, this is the cheapest model out of all these guys here. So I just didn't want to be biased, and people say, "Oh, you just love Poprace." You tell me. You tell me who you should love here. All right, guys. So those were the 4 reasons: cost, the blobby engine bay, no side mirrors, and the headlights and taillights, and the gaps in between the hood. I guess you could say that's 5 things, but I included the side mirrors and the headlight tampling as a 1 thing. But yeah, the hood gap. What do you guys think? You know, obviously these things aren't like crazy money. It's not like when I was building a race car. You know, we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars for parts, just for parts. You know, we're not talking about labor and stuff. Obviously, you can just go out and buy all these if you have like a decent job, or, you know, if you're really into the hobby. But, you know, if you were just to buy one brand and you were looking for an actual model, not a toy, which one of these would you choose? You know, do you agree with me that the costs, these being twice the price, is not really, it's not showing the value of it being twice the price of these guys, more than twice the price? Do you agree about the engine bay? Do you agree or not agree about the hood gap? What about the side mirrors and the taillights and headlights being tamples or not even there? Does that matter to you? You guys let me know. I'm not beating on Hot Wheels. I love their main lines. I think they, you know, for a couple bucks, that gets people into the hobby. And I love the fact that, you know, the more people in the hobby, the better it is for everybody. Some people might disagree with that, but, you know, to keep the hobby strong and going, yeah, we need those main lines. And then premium releases, you know, from their regular premium releases to the silver line, to their team transports, to their 2-pack. I love it all. I love it all. I think those guys are all great value. The only problem I have is RLC, their price point, the 4 things I just mentioned to you guys in this video. And we're not even going to get into the purchasing issue, okay? How hard it is to purchase, and the fact that they have messed up a lot of things that have been shipped to me. Or not, they just haven't shipped it to me at all. So, and the customer service is horrible. All right, we're not even going to get into that. That's a whole other subject. And their QC, we're not going to get into that either. If you guys want to get into that, message me and we can talk about it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys like this video, or like my new, you know, I've been doing these long form content every day for a bit now. And, you know, I'm really used to doing reels, but I wanted to talk about these, this hobby, the diecast, other subjects and stuff like that. In more of a lengthy matter, in a long form content. So if you like this, like, subscribe, share this. Check out my TikTok and my Instagram page. I also have a Facebook. I don't post too much on that. I'll get around to doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm primarily on Instagram, same username. Check me out on there. Follow me on here. I appreciate it, guys. It really helps me out. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.